Hi students, let us learn the stereochemistry of the adamantane and also the chirality in them. Now in adamantanes, we have two kinds of chirality. One is the central chirality and the axial chirality. So in central chirality, we can see that the carbon atoms which are bridged, okay, so they constitute the central chirality. Now that is the A, B, C and D. So wherever there is these are 4 points are the bridged carbons you can see. So these exhibit the central chirality. That is any group which is any function group which is attached to these carbons, you can easily identify the RS configuration. Okay, and this determines the chirality. If they are having different substituents on the 4 carbon atoms, that is like this A, B, C, they are 4 different substituents, and if all the 4 different substituents are unique and different, and then it shows the chirality, that is it becomes optically active. Now when it comes to assigning the RS configuration for adamantanes, that is with respect to central chirality, it is very simple. We only have to write down the function groups as it is. There is no need to do any kind of deviation or any rotation or any changes. We're just going to write down as it is. That is the positions of A, C, D and B remains as it is, and then you can assign the numbering and then you can determine the RS configuration. Now, when you come to axial chirality, you can see that there can be an imaginary axis which we can draw along the 2 carbon atoms which is axial to each other. So first, let me tell you the axial carbons here. See, the ones which are not bridged, they are the axial. That is, the remaining carbon atoms apart from the central chiral, which exhibit the central chirality, those carbon atoms constitute the axial chirality. That is, this is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these 4 assigned carbon atoms, as I've marked in red, these are the axial, we exhibit the axial chirality. Now, see what happens is, once you see here also it is the same thing, okay? So all the 4 substituents A, B, C, D should be different. If they are different and if they are axial, and if you can pass an imaginary line along the 2 carbon atoms, then only then it is exhibiting the axial chirality. So these are the conditions for the axial chirality. Now, when you have to assign the RS configuration for axial chirality, it is going to adapt a different technique. It is very simple. I will just explain it to you in the next slide. First, let us study the RS configuration in central chirality. As I already told you, there is going to be, if there are 4 different substituent groups which is attached to the bridge carbons, that is, you have here acid, chloride, bromide and the hydrogen. And since you can see all the 4 substituents are completely different, they are different functional groups, hence this adamantane exhibits the chirality in it. Okay, now when you come to write down the RS configuration, it is very simple. You are just going to write down the function groups as it is. That is, the carboxylic acid takes the vertical line, that is the first position, that is above, and bromide takes on the vertical line it takes the bottom position, and on the horizontal line we have hydrogen on the left side and we have chlorine on the right side. So this is how we are going to write down for the RS configuration for central chirality molecules in adamantane. Now let us start giving the numbering. So now when you are giving the numbering, it has to be, as I already told, vertical line. So first let's start from the vertical line. We are going to give halides the highest priority. See, I will also send you one just picture of the textbook which I have taken, wherein there is the priorities for when you are assigning the RS configuration. Okay, I will just send it now after the class. Now we are going to assign that is the numbering, and we are going to assign the configuration for this particular molecule now. See, bromine gets the highest priority and then comes the acid. So hence we are going to give, see, when it comes to assigning the chirality assigning the RS configuration for the adamantane in central chirality, what we have to remember is we are not going to give the numbering based on the vertical lines or the horizontal lines. We will generally give the numbering. Okay, so First, when you look at bromide, chloride, and acid, definitely halides gets the first position. So bromine gets first position because it is having higher atomic number compared to chlorine. Then second comes chlorine. Third is the acid group, and fourth is the hydrogen. Now you have numbered it. Now if you look at the configuration, we know it is 1, 2, and 3. It is anti-clockwise, and hence it is nothing but the S configuration. So this is how you're going to assign. Now let's take another example. So here again it is a central chirality. Write down the function groups as it is: iodine in the top, chlorine in the bottom, bromide on the right side, and fluorine on the left side. Now let us start as giving numbering. Iodine is having the highest atomic number, so iodine gets number 1 position. Next comes the bromine, third comes the chlorine, and fourth comes the third comes the chlorine, fourth comes the fluorine. So this is the order. So in the halogens, right, we have chlorine, fluorine, bromine, and iodine. So it is nothing but the reverse direction. So iodine gets the highest priority, then comes chlorine, then comes next comes bromine, then comes chlorine, and then fluorine. So this is the priority in the halogens. Now, if you see the configuration and the arrow mark, you can see it is 1, 2, 3, and 4. It is nothing but the clockwise movement. So hence it is the R configuration. Now let us take the third example. In the third example, again, there is a CH3 on the vertical line on the top. We have the hydroxyl on the bottom. We have hydrogen on the left side, and we have the aldehyde on the right side. And here we are going to give the, as you already know, hydroxyl gets the highest priority compared to aldehyde. So first it's hydroxyl, then it's aldehyde, third comes the halogen, third comes the hydrocarbon, methyl, and then fourth comes the hydrogen. So now we will do the RS configuration. It is 1, 2, 3, and 4 anti-clockwise, and hence it is S. Next example, we'll go for the fourth example. So here also you can do the same kind of RS configuration. You have hydroxyl on the top, you have fluorine at the bottom of the vertical line, you have iodine on the left side, you have chlorine on the right side. Now if you are assigning it, iodine gets the first position because is the highest priority in the priority list. Next comes the chlorine, third comes fluorine, and fourth is the hydroxyl. So if you have halogens, first complete the halogens and then you go for the other functional groups. So now you can see here, this configuration is 1, 2, 3, and 4. It is R. Now, one more thing I forgot to tell you, that is, whenever the common criteria for assigning RS configuration is that the least priority should always be dashed line, right? The least priority should always be away from you. So here the least priority is hydroxyl, and if you see it is not dashed line, it is not away from you, it is on the plane towards you. So what we are going to do is you have to give the opposite configuration, that is R becomes S in this example, because it is not on the it is not dashed line. Hydroxyl is not getting the least, is not away from you, and hence you are going to do the reverse configuration. R is, you are going to assign it as the S. Whereas in previous, I just want to give you the previous slides. In the previous, if you see here, hydrogen is getting the least priority, and it is on the dashed line, hence it is, the configuration is retained. And when you come to the second example, you're getting the fluorine on the least priority, and it is also dashed line, and hence the configuration is retained. When you come to example 3, hydrogen is priority 4, least priority, and on the dashed line, and hence again here the configuration has been retained. Next, we will learn to assign RS configuration for axial chirality adamantines. So now here in the axial chirality, I have checked 2-3 study materials, and I found 2 methods, easy, simpler method, which both I will be discussing. So here in the first method, what we are going to do is, see, first of all, this is nothing but the axial chirality. You can see there's an imaginary line axis which is passing through the 2-3 carbons atoms, and you can see all the 4 substituents are different. So all the 4 substituents are completely different. It is asymmetric, and hence it is showing the chirality. So now here, let us take that we are observing the molecule from the left side. Okay, so once you're observing the molecule from the left side, you can see that these 2 functional groups will be near to you, right? And these 2 functions groups will be far away from you. So what we are going to do is whatever is far away from you, okay, whatever is far away from you, that is, this is hydrogen and carboxylic acid is far away from us. So this one, we will just assign it as it is. See, hydrogen is on your left side and carboxylic acid is on the right side. Okay, that way we'll finish the assigning. We'll write down it. That is hydrogen and carboxylic acid, we've finished. Now the compounds, function groups which are near to you, what you have to do is, bromine is on your right side, correct? When you're seeing, see, this is your eye. So I'm looking at the molecule in this way, and bromine is on your right side, so that you will place it below, and chlorine is on the left side, and that you will place it above. Okay, so this is how we are going to assign the configuration for axial chirality. So first you'll just write down an I, okay, and then we make sure that this compound function groups are near and these function groups are far. So the ones which are on the far, that is, you're just going to write down as it is, that is on, whatever is on the right stays on right, left stays on left. Now, the ones which are near to you, that how you're going to assign is, the bromine which is on the right gets the bottom position, and chlorine is on your left side, it is getting the position on the top. So this is how you're going to write down the function groups. Now, after writing down the function groups, we will start assigning we'll do the numbering. See, bromine gets the first position, chlorine gets second position, carboxylic acid gets third position, and hydrogen is getting the fourth position. Now, you can see that it is clockwise, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 clockwise, and hence it is R. So this is how you are going to assign. Now I have written one more method. This is a much simpler method which I will explain. See, just when you have a molecule, right, just you're going to take the molecule and we're simply going to start numbering. So make sure you're going to start numbering from the function groups which are on the left, and then you move towards the function groups which are on the right. Now, once you see here, bromine is getting the higher priority, number 1, and chlorine is getting the second priority, right? And when you go for the other two groups, carboxylic acid, definitely third group, and hydrogen on the fourth group. Now, you can do the RS configuration. That is, it is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is clockwise direction, hence it is R configuration. So this is the method which I have used. That is, there's one first method and second method also. Whichever is suitable for you, you can make use of that. Now let us take one more example. So now here again you can see that the two hydrogens, there is a hydrogen and carboxylic acid on one end, and there is the acid on the hydrogen on the other end. And there is an imaginary axis which is passing through this, and that is nothing but this adamantane exhibits the axial chirality. Now let us place the I, which is right on the I towards, that is, you're checking the adamantane towards this direction. Okay. Now when you do that, you can see that there is the carboxylic acid and hydrogen groups are near to you, whereas the other hydroxyl group is away from you. That is far away. You can write down near and far away. Now the next step would be writing down assigning the function groups and assigning the numbering. Now as I already told you, the ones which are far away, the substituents which are far away, that you're going to assign as it is. There's hydrogen on the left side, carboxylic acid on the right side. Now coming towards the one function groups which are near to you, this, as I told you, since carboxylic acid is on your right side, that is bottom, comes down on the vertical line, and hydrogen is on your left side, and that comes in the vertical line, but in the first position, that is above. Now after writing down the substituents, let us start doing the configuration. So now here you can see, check, it is 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is in the clockwise direction, and hence it attains the R configuration. Now one more thing is that whenever you are going to do the numbering, always start with the vertical line for the adamantanes, okay? And then you give the numbering on the left side. So these are some examples. One more method is, as I already told you, first just directly you can write down the numbering. So carboxylic acid gets one numbering, hydrogen second, and again on the other end of the carbon atom you have carboxylic acid as a third position and hydrogen on the fourth position. And now you start doing the, now if you check the direction, it is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is nothing but the R configuration. Now similarly, I have given one more example. So this is it for the adamantanes and assigning the RS configuration. Thank you.